The spiritual quest is often a journey to discover the self-realization. Who am I is a huge, huge thing. And what triggers that is because we often do not feel at peace. We do not feel joy. We do not feel content. There can be a frustration and just a longing, hunger, but we don't know for what. And so we have these drives pushing us. And again, that's a whole long story, what's all going on there. But a key thing is a lot of unresolved issues, pains, woundings from our past and from our journey up to this point. And so we're in search of healing. So very much so, what's central to the spiritual journey is that it's a healing journey. And to be healed is to become whole, to come to a place of integration within the self, a sense of completeness within the self. So one then is truly at peace and content, and can experience joy in an ongoing way. That is often really what we're after. And so there's then obviously what's involved here is a resolution of a lot of past woundings, and there's a whole lengthy process involved in terms of getting clear emotionally of those past woundings. And many people are drawn to religion and spirituality out of a search for healing of these things, but it's often unconscious. They think, I need to find God, or I need to, find my soul, or whatever it is, the meaning of life, what have you. And they're all legitimate in different ways. And but yet a key drive is this gnawing sense that I am not well in my core being, my core self, which we could call the soul. And so we want healing. But the irony is that so often when we get onto a spiritual path or follow a religious tradition, that then can become a means of avoiding the things that we're actually seeking healing for. And so we can get attached to an ideology, certain beliefs, certain practices, and we absolutize those, and really, we just so absolutize them. And in doing that, we tend to avoid and escape just really being present and going within. We so then focus on the out there, that I need to get saved, I need to get to heaven, I need to get everybody else to heaven, or I need to get them to change what they believe, that they have to believe this, that, and that, and this, and we can just obsess over other people's beliefs. And I really think so much of it is a way of avoiding and escaping what's really needing to go on inside. It's meant to be highly experiential, the spiritual journey of healing for oneself, one's soul, one's being, and you coming to your own place of at-homeness in life, at-homeness with yourself, with others, with, quote, God, life as a whole. And so when you come to that place of at-homeness, it's just simply being able to simply be present to the moment as it is in its ordinariness, present to myself as I am now, without feeling I have to fix, change, turn inside out, whatever. I can just simply be present to what is. And then it's a journey, though, of having become present to what has been. Things that I'm not happy about in the past, experiences where I've been deeply wounded and hurt and disappointed, experiences of neglect, abandonment, deprivation, abuse. Could be so many things. And so many of these things are pains that we avoid and don't want to just simply be present to and accept them for what they are and what they have been. They can't be changed. But all that can change is how I'm choosing to relate to those things. And instead of always running away from my past pains and woundings, I can just simply accept them for what they are. And just coming to that place of acceptance is unbelievably powerful. And that's why you've got people like Katie Byron and others. And that's why so much of, say, Buddhism and so many teachers talking about be present now, be present in the here and now. You know, let go of your stories and dramas and interpretations. You know, just simply be present. That's why a lot of this can have such an effect, because it really does if you just simply let it be. And in being present to it and accepting it for what it is, you allow yourself to simply feel the pain of what was. And that's what we want to avoid. We don't want to go back there and feel that pain. And so we've been avoiding that pain for years, decades, sometimes a whole lifetime. And some people never let go of that pain. A lot of people don't ever let go of that pain. And because there's such a boogeyman around it, such a fear of going into and feeling the pain. And if one simply allows that space, gives yourself a safe container that, okay, I'm going to go back there in mind, energy, emotion, being. I'm going to go back there and let myself feel the anger, the hurt, the grief, the sorrow, whatever it is, the pain that's involved, and just let myself feel it. Grieve it. Release that anger. Just let it come out. And it's a releasing of that energy that is blocked and caged within your body. And that blocked and caged energy of anger, grief, sorrow, resentment, whatever it is, it's always going to be there. And it's like a button that's going to be pushed again and again. Little events, experience, anything that comes close to that experientially is like a button it's a trigger that's going to push that button. And there's a reaction. And it's going to come up. And that pain will be evoked but never resolved. And to resolve it, it's simply a matter of letting yourself feel it, feeling it, and letting it go. Breathing it out, letting it go. And just letting yourself be present to it and accepting it for what it is. Once you accept it for what it is, that is what allows it to go. Is when we don't accept it for what it is and we're angry about it and we think, I need to get back at so and so and I need to change it and I'm so resentful of it, and that just keeps that pain locked in place. It just keeps it there and just keeps it alive. And it's going to just stay with you until you come to the place of accepting it for what it was. It can't be changed. The past is past. It doesn't mean you have to condone what happened. Yes, it may have been unjust. It may have been unfair. It may have been outrightly evil and wrong what may have happened to you. That's the way it is. It's life. That happens to a lot of people. There's a lot of injustice in this world. There is a lot of evil acts committed in this world, of utter brutality. It's the way it is. And if you've been the victim of that, and yes, indeed, you have been. And this is where sometimes I say, you're never a victim. Sometimes you are a bloody victim. Yeah, sometimes it's like, hey, it wasn't your fault what happened. It happened to you, and it's shit what happened. And call it for what it is. But the fact is, you can't undo what has happened. What has happened has happened. And the sooner you accept the fact that it has happened and allow yourself to feel the anger, the pain over it, but willing to let it go and not hold on to it, all right, and accept it for what is, the sooner you will be freed from that energy around it, that emotional around it that is holding you back. You've become its prisoner, all right, and you don't have to be its prisoner anymore. And that choice is yours. And that is where you take the responsibility for how you're choosing to relate to your past experiences. Right? You can't change those experiences, but you can choose how you are relating to them and how you have them framed in your mind and in your heart and in your soul and your core being. That is the key. And that is where transformation, healing, the whole spiritual journey is meant to be about, is shifting that for you so that indeed you can be set free from whatever shit has happened to you, all right? It doesn't have to dictate, dominate, cripple you. So that's what's so important about emotional clearing. It's central to the journey. It's central to the path of coming to a place of peace and joy. All right? Take it on.